Good morning, everybody, and welcome to California Sportsmen. It's Saturday, January 11th. It's ISE weekend, and it's time to grab that cup of coffee, get a grip on the wheel, and kick back and get ready to enjoy the action, excitement, and outdoor info that we're going to share with you today right here on California Sportsmen. Online for today, I haven't got a clue. It's ISE Saturday. I've got 24, 30 guys standing around out here in the hallway. We've brought them all in for your enjoyment today. I hope it's enjoyable. You know how it goes. This is our 17th year bringing you these kinds of shows, and I'll tell you what, it's insanity. Just looking around the studio right now, we've got Brandon Palaniuk in here. We've got Billy John Quino, the old host of Ducks with Billy and Buck on the Outdoor Life Network. Mike Gravert, Intimidator Sport Fishing. Cody Meyer. We've got Jay Lopes over here and hiding in the corners, Chuck Cavros, of course. And, of course, we're bringing you a show full. There's lots of it. We're going to be going live in the blind today, too, with a couple of our guides and seminar speakers out at the ISE. That's right. James Stone is out there right now getting ready to work a dry field, and Scott Feist to be out there, too. Billy's going to be working over a breakfast plate later on today. He'll be live in the bathroom probably shortly after that. Steve Carson will be hooking up with us. And I've got a great interview with...
It's floating around the studio.
I told you it's crazy around here. It's a good thing I turned most of these speakers off in here when this is going on. Everybody knows it's no holds barred in here. Take your shots at everybody else if you have to, but that's a Saturday morning. As we've told you before, the International Sportsmen's Expo is in town, and we're having some fun. It's been 2 days so far, and it's a total blast. I'll tell you, I've never seen so many people coming by jumping all over product in the aisles. It's a great event. And we've got John Kirk here from the International Sportsmen's Expo joining us. He's the Director of Communications there. And I'll tell you, John, you've got quite a show going today.
Thank you, Sep. Thanks to everyone for coming in and for all your listeners for tuning in. It's a big show. The aisles have been full the last couple of days, and it's going to get crazy today. We hope people have a good time. It's
going to be absolutely insane today. With a football game on Sunday, you know what that means. After 25, 26 years of doing these shows, it's going to be packed today. It's going to be a fantastic show. The level of excitement and participation from everybody, they're going to be jazzed. Folks, it is ISE weekend, and I'll tell you what, when I arrived here, Kent Brown already had some Bass Pros in here and a couple of pretty impressive young men coming in here. One of the best when it comes to the FLW and one of the best when it comes time for the Elite Series 2. Kent, let them know what's going on around here.
Well, you know, Sep, you brought the young gun in here. We'll hear from him later. Well, I got my own version of the young guns.
Yes, you do.
With Brandon Palaniuk and Cody Meyer. Brandon from the Bassmaster Elite Series Tour from Rathdrum, Idaho. And a winner this last year on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Be headed to Lake Guntersville at the Classic. And our old buddy from Grass Valley, California, Cody Meyer. And Cody's been in the studio actually 4 times with us, so he's a studio regular now. But Cody getting ready to head back to the FLW Tour, Lake Okeechobee. How about this? You know, all you guys, I hear Lopes and all the guys complaining about how much driving they're doing, guiding. 54 hours one way for Cody before he makes his first cast.
Yeah, I'd be ready to cast out if I drove 54 hours.
Yeah, that sounds fun, huh? It's that's a long ways to go, and to be honest, though, I can't wait to get out there. I can't wait to start fishing. I've been home for 3 months now, and like I was telling Ken earlier, I've been doing a lot of chores for the wife, and so that drive right now sounds fun. Listen to some music and get ready to go fish.
You know, I was really kind of worried. The only thing that really bothered me when I walked in here was I saw a shirt that Kevin Brock was wearing that said FKB, and I was afraid to ask what it meant.
I believe it's Fish Kevin Brock.
Oh, God, Fish Kevin Brock. That's
just wanted to be sure of that.
Scared the hell out of me. I thought he had a new ad campaign going. Well, BP, always good. You know, it's good to get you down to Northern California. You haven't spent a lot of time down here with us.
No, I have not spent a lot of time in Northern California, which is the bummer part. I've always wanted to be here. It's some of the best fishing in the entire world right here.
Well, the Bassmasters Classic, you're headed to Lake Guntersville, and you're trying to defend the runner-up position from last year where you finished second at the Classic.
They can keep that second place.
Does second place really suck?
It's terrible. I hate second place more than I enjoy winning.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like second place. If you ain't first, you're last.
And how much money did you make for second last year?
A whopping $45,000.
Well, that's not so bad. But
which doesn't sound bad at all. But then you compare it to the $455,000 difference to first. Doesn't sound so sweet anymore.
It doesn't sound so
You're
sweet.
right.
But...
Second is the first loser, isn't it?
Well, you know, Cody knows we're going to get to this. You know, we
1.8 million.
1.8, a pound and 3/4 of bass, total weight, a pound and 3/4 of bass in 2 tournaments. Cost Cody overall $1.8 million.
Is that all? That's when you're driving that knockdown truck?
You know, that's why I have the retread, and Kent loves bringing that up. That's what Kent makes about every year, so he's living large.
I got a news flash for you.
Yeah.
We're going to talk more about boats and everything else in this show, but it's insane out there. We gave the bass guys a little time. Let's give another bass guy a little time, a guy that catches bigger bass. I'm so glad you're here, Graver, because I bet a lot of largemouth get eaten by some of the big stripers out there.
Carp and tuxedos. I love those.
That's exactly
that's
it.
right. Good morning, all.
Mike Gravard with Intimidator Sport Fishing. He's doing seminars out at the show, and he's here live in the studio today. What are you going to be talking about out there?
We're going to be talking about the striper, Sep. We're going to be talking about a little ultralight live bait drifting that we like to do that got that big one last year that I'm still trying to, ride that wave. And, hey, have you still heard about the big one? So we're still trying to ride that wave, and also a little spooning for stripers in the Delta.
God, Billy perked right up. Spoonie? Somebody say Spoonie?
Is there a call for a spooning striper?
Oh, man.
We got the striper guy here. We got the sturgeon guy, too, the young gun. That's right. Jay Lopes hooks up with us right now from Right Hook Sport Fishing live in the studio. Good morning, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
Mr. Lopes, sturgeon activity out there. You've been sending me some nice photos, and there's another shot that just went up on the California Sportsmen Facebook page of another big sturgeon.
And now, more California Sportsmen with Sep Hendrickson.
Hey, we're back, and we've got an exciting day going on here in the California Sportsman Room. Kevin, don't move your mic while we're all talking.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was Billy over here.
That's a fact. That was Billy on the Quacker, by the way. We've got
The
Kevin
Quacker?
Brock live in here, the FKB. That's right, FKB.
FishKevinBrock.com is what that is. FishKevinBrock. Yeah, there you got it.
I'm
You
glad
got
we
it. I know.
got
Well,
that
hey, we
straight.
got to straighten that out for Ken. He can't see halfway across the room. He's squinting at
Man,
me. What
I
is
get
that
one of
on
those sweatshirts. I am thrilled, man.
What is on the Oh, you'll get a sweatshirt, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet, huh? I'll give it away for you. Swipe
Yes.
the card.
You got a bunch of stuff going on. Big booth right behind the California Inland Fisheries.
You
Side.
bet,
What
you bet. Come
what
over.
are you doing out there? You're showing all kinds of stuff. I haven't even slowed down to take a look at
Well,
stuff.
no, it's great. I mean, come over and see Sep and swing around the other side. Say hi to Mark over there at Gone Fishing Marine. Buy a boat and then swing by me and buy all the accessories for it. We got all the FKB stuff. We got rods. We got signature reels. We got all our bait cures. We got sardine cures. Kennedy's trying to steal my bait cure. He's already over there tasting it and touching it and everything else.
He's already got it to a
by
test.
the end of the day.
He's
Yeah,
got
that's
it in a
Rick Kennedy
testing
over there.
lab
He's
right
trying.
now.
He's trying to get it. But we've got actually cured bait that I did myself for sale here at the show with Roe, and we've got just all kinds of stuff. You got to go to my website. What is that? Fish Kevin Brock Kent.
FishKevinBrock.com.
Thank you very much. Hey, yeah,
Is that FishKevinBrock.com?
he's a quick learn, you guys. BAS.
But here you think
he's got it.
You
He's
think
got it.
you've got us all done, but you don't understand. I
I'm just
also
kidding.
know hunt-fish. I know
Yeah.
all
Oh
those
no,
stuff.
that's fantastic.
And
He's just getting started though.
And I know what button to push to turn that mic off.
His?
Over there where
Oh,
Kevin
yeah.
Brock is.
Oh, hey, that's pretty
So
cool.
before
That's what they always
before
talk
we
about,
jump
cutting
over
me off, but they got me.
I don't know if this is suitable for radio or
He
not.
says, if you're going to be my father-in-law, I need to start watching what I'm eating.
My head just spun.
Turn my mic back on.
Your mic is on.
So I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but I just might get that recipe.
He's looking for it. I told him he better take care of himself a little bit more. Yeah.
I'm not going to ask a bunch of prying questions, but what are you trading for Roe, man?
I just hope to hell my daughter's not listening to this.
His firstborn. He said, "I got my firstborn for." I said, "Well, we'll talk
Or
about
my
it a little later."
Yeah, your wife would be more important.
Teresa
My
does a great job, by the way. That's why Rick is so successful. We all know that.
I knew I should have turned that off permanently. Now it is off permanently. We've got Rick Kennedy in here with Kevin Brock trying to talk over him. Rick, what do you got going in the show today? And you've got a prime seminar coming up.
Yeah, Sep, I joke around a lot and tell people it's my last kokanee seminar, and as you know,
You'll be doing those till you die.
yeah, and the reality is I had a choice of what I wanted to do seminars on for the show, and as Sep knows, I picked a couple different topics, and I called him up a couple days later. I said I just can't do it. I can't just give kokanee up. So I'm going to do another kokanee seminar today. I got all kinds of giveaways. I got Yakima bait stuff. I've got Sep's Pro tackle. I've got I can't even go through the list. I got all kinds of stuff.
Probably got a ton of pro gear and everything else, too.
Not Abu Garcia, but Berkeley line, just all kinds of stuff. So we're going to throw it out.
Step up. Give some Abu Garcia away. Jeez.
Okay.
Buy a mic back on.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna and I'm gonna give away some of that Kevin Brock row.
And the recipe for
and
it?
the recipe. We're going to put it up on. It'll be on Facebook.
Stop by.
tonight.
Kevin will give out that on the back of a 3x5 card to everybody coming by.
So and then I'm covering. I also the thing that that I'm most proud of on this seminar this year, and it all is thanks to our friends at RobMob, is the last about the last 4 or 5 minutes of my seminar is footage from the Taylor Creek and Little Truckee egg take, and kind of explains and shows people why we're able to catch kokanee.
It was great video. RobMob, Scott Strain was out there with you shooting all the video, put it together, did a wonderful job for you, for California Inland Fisheries, for California Sportsmen, for everybody out there on exactly what's taking place. And, folks, right now RobMob is going nuts in here. I wish somebody would grab one of those cameras that's laying around here and get a picture of them, what they're up to in here, running around with all these small cameras in the room, weaving out in the hallways. It's a pretty interesting place to be today right here in the studio. Rick, give them the website and everything. They got to get down and check out what you got going.
You bet, Sep. It's fishtightlines.com, 888-975-0990.
Come on down there and book a trip with you, or take a look at some of the boats. Rick will take you over and show you some of the great rogue boats, and I'll take you over and show you some of the kingfishers and all the stuff from Gone Fishing Marine. And remember, as Kent always says,
You're 3 beers away from buying a boat at all times at a boat show.
that's right.
And now, more California Sportsmen with Sep Hendrickson.
Hey, we're back. It's even getting crazier. We're coming. Yeah, there's the whistling ducks moving in already. We've got Billy John Quino in here and a whole bunch of others. We're sliding from subject to subject, talking about the big International Sportsman's Exposition coming up all weekend. It's been going since Thursday. We've had a great Thursday and a Friday there. And I've got a new guest in here that I met about 2 minutes ago. And I got to tell you, John Kirk supplied me with some of the greatest questions to ask our next guest. And I'd really like to thank John for submitting these.
He's the director of communications.
Okay, then we're done with those questions, and now I'd like to talk to you about fishing up in Alaska. Joining us right now, fishing in Alaska, we're going to talk about getting to fishing in Alaska. I'd like to introduce you all you listeners and everybody here in the studio, to Sarah Russell with Above Alaska Aviation. You've seen some crazy Alaska flying on television, I'm sure, and she's here in the studio. We're going to talk a little bit about what they do up there. Sarah, welcome to the California Sportsmen Radio Show, and thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you, and good morning.
Hey, tell us about flying in Alaska. That's quite a varied mass of weather up there that you're dealing with. What does it make it interesting?
It makes it interesting. We like to keep it safe and not push the weather too much, but we have a lot of fun while we're up there.
We're back right now with Mike Ogney live in the studio this morning for that report. He's out here today to check out the big ISE show. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Sep.
Well, tell us about it. What's going on in the salt?
Well, with the rockfish shutdown, this drought that's been ongoing for quite a while, it's been kind of slow. There's been a few sturgeon, few flounder, few striped bass being taken down in San Pablo Bay.
Well, welcome back. Today is the ISE show. It's going on all weekend. If you miss it, you are making the biggest mistake of 2014. Make sure you get down to the big ISE show. And joining us live in the studio right now is one of the regulars out there. He's got a booth in the show. He's working with the Sportsman channel out there, and he'll be sharing information on all over, I'm sure, but especially California's, some of the problems that we're having with gun rights and ammunition and all those things. I've got a sneaking suspicion this man will be able to tell you all about it. Joining us live in the studio here at California Sportsman, Cam Edwards with Cam & Company, television and radio host. Welcome to California Sports.
Hey, thanks so much for having me here.
Hey, it's a great time to have you here. You got an interesting subject going on out there, something that's very paramount in the minds of California sportsmen out here. Gun control seems to be moving its way all over this state rapidly with a governor that's running around with HSUS. You know how bad it is out here.
One of the things I think we've got to do we've got to do a better job of presenting our side of the story to people who aren't sportsmen. So because a lot of times we don't do that. We get insulated. We talk among ourselves, but we don't reach out to people who may not know much about this issue. And instead what they get are news and information from people, again, who don't know much about this issue. And so they get a very emotionally driven, why don't you care about the animals? Now, listen, I don't know anybody in this country who cares more, any group of people in this country who cares more about wildlife than sportsmen.
And donates more money through conservation than any other groups.
Absolutely. So the fact that these folks have been able to demonize sportsmen and turn them into the problem, when in fact, the sportsmen and women of this country are responsible for the greatest resurgence in wildlife, I think, in this planet's history. Mm-hmm. We're the good guys. We're the heroes of this story. they're the ones who are actually going to be impacting animals. They're the ones who are going to be leading to more animals starving to death, more animals dying of disease. We're the ones who are helping a healthy, stable wildlife population thrive in this country. And that is the story that's not being told, and that's what we've got to get out there and tell.
And that's why you need to be listening to Cam and Company. Cam, tell them how they can find out more information and get on to your radio show and catch some of the TV segments, too.
Sure, absolutely. NRAnews.com every weekday 2 to 5 Eastern, so that's, 11 to 2 Pacific time. You can also catch us on Sirius XM Patriot 125 at midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific. And then every weekday, 6 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Sportsman Channel, we do NRA News, Cam and Company. It's an hour of the day's top Second Amendment stories. Great place for gun owners to get caught up on everything that's going on in their world.
Billy John Quinto, duck hunting, duck calling expert. He does it all. Billy, tell them what's going on at the show for you. I know you're whistling all over that thing.
Well, as you can hear, I have a hoarse voice right now.
And you have a horse at home.
And I've been talking 9 hours straight for the last 2 days. I mean,
How is that exceptional from any other day?
Oh, I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, the crowds are great. People are they got, I'll tell you, they're throwing the credit cards and the money at me when they hear those whistles and the mallard
People
calls.
give you their credit card number?
And
oh, my gosh. They were worried about Target. Really?
And then you filled up the truck.
Would you guys shut up for a second?
I bet Mace has a shock collar on him. I know Mace puts a shock collar on him. Billy would have a shock collar on Mace.
But we're going to be talking about the latest things that are on the market for duck hunters and duck calling philosophy, and it's a good time question and answer period, and it comes off great.
Billy, you want to tell them the story about getting dragged out of the mud? I don't think so.
Oh my God, my duck club out in the Santa Rosa Lagoon.
You call that a duck club?
I sunk all the way to my knees, and the only way that I could get out is a guy threw a rope to me, and he dragged me out with the ATV, and he dragged me right through the water. My boots got all muddy, filled up with water.
Can we get that guy on the show?
Where's RobMob when I need him? That would have been perfect.
I want right behind you, rolling tape.
Well, it would have been perfect for him to be there that day.
Oh, my God.
And joining us now, the Pure Fishing Pro Staff Tip of the Week is Senior Tuna, our own Steve Carson, joining us live in the studio this morning. Good morning, Tuna.
Good morning, Sep.
Well, Steve, what do you got for us in the Pure Fishing Pro Tip of the Week?
Well, I'll tell you, as much as I like to talk about giant reels that cost $500 or $700 or $1,000, working at the ISE show, I understand people actually have to work for a living and, want to make sure they get the most for their money. And looking at what's been happening at the show this week, the Penn Battle spinning reels, if you fish for trout, if you fish for bass, stripers, they're anywhere from $99 to about $129. Not fancy, they're not gold, they're not shiny. They just hang together. They are the most bang for the buck in a spinning reel out there, from a 1,000 size up to an 8,000 size. Just about everything, not for giant marlin, but for just about everything else that you do, it's the best reel you can get for the least amount of money.
There you have it, from one of the guys that knows more about Penn products than probably Penn, come to think of it. He's in tune with what's going on up there, folks. All of the products that Steve represents, he's in tune with out there. Steve Carson, our Senior Tuna. Folks, this has been quite a wild show and quite a wild ride. We've got a lot more coming your way right now, and I'm about to introduce you to somebody I've never met before, and I bet we pull this off pretty good. I want to introduce you right now to Perry Cremens. He's a California deer and predator hunter, and he's at the ISE show representing Mossy Oak. Perry, tell us about what you're doing at the show.
Well, basically, we're, seminars presenting, kind of trying to get across to people how to participate in hunting in California. With the California deer hunting, of course, we have more deer species than any state, and trying to get people out there participate on the level they need to succeed, and hit some of those predators to help those deer out at the same time.
Well, Perry, I appreciate you hooking up with us here at California Sportsmen. Perry Cremens, and the name of the business again?
JustForHunting.com.
I'd check it out if I were you folks. We're looking at the website right now. Desert, Bighorn, all kinds of stuff.
Perry, have you seen the new camo pattern Billy's got on?
Yeah, that was new back in the late 90s, I believe.
Billy's going to start running. They talked about hunting predators, and he's running out the door. Where'd Billy go?
It probably still works today, but it sure doesn't look as good as the new stuff.
I like the new velour stuff.
Yeah,
Billy,
it really does it? Sep, we've got to do this, and what a great lead-in to Get a Clue. Hey, Jared, you're a kokanee fisherman, not a bass fisherman. Get a clue, dude. Leave that jersey at home.
Joining us here live in the studio right now is my good friend from Rocky Mountain Tackle and Velocity Rods. Jared, Rocky Mountain's out here. What did you bring to the show?
We've got all kinds of gear. Standard Rocky Mountain products, anything you need for the year. Dodgers, squid,
all trolling
spin,
for trout,
anything.
kokanee, max, everything.
You name it, we got it. And we got the full circle now that we got the rods and reels. We can get you equipped rod and reel. We can get you all the gear you need to hit the best water this year. No, Kent, we don't have any bass rods. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay.
I was checking out when I went over and I was looking at the rods. That's the first thing that got my attention.
You got the jerseys.
You got some bright.
I've got the jerseys picking on me. I'll make one. I'll bring it for you. I know that you want one.
Just a word of advice. You might want to move your outboard motor sponsor up on the jersey a little above your row cure sponsor or whatever that is.
I see.
Outboard motors and boats go high. The less paying sponsors go a little lower.
You can always tell one of those bass fishermen.
You can because the difference is I have more sponsors than he does, so I ran out of room.
You had more room on your jersey than I do.
I just ran out of room, so I've got to reevaluate that. But yeah, when you have more than 3 sponsors, Kent, you have to put them in other places. So. We'll work on it for you.
I was just trying to help you.
Thank you, pal. Thank you. But no, come on down to the show.
He's afraid to wear my jersey.
Yes, I know. We're all going to be afraid. But no, the show's really great. I mean, I enjoy this every year. We're excited to see everybody down at the show. Another sponsor of mine, a quick shout, Costa Sunglasses. They came out with some new products there at the show. Great stuff. I got a new pair of silver teed glasses. I love them.
That's what this show's all about. The new stuff is there. Great opportunities for you guys to buy the stuff you want. Check out the great boats that are out there and check out the latest in tackle. And I can tell you right now, the latest and greatest in rods and reels, stop by and check out Velocity.
Yeah, for sure. And if we all get excited about the show, there's obviously stuff that's making us excited.
You would think after this is my 26th year at the show, Kent's 26th year, you'd think we would be bored stiff of this thing. And it is truly the most exciting time of the year. I hate for this thing to end because all the gang, all of us guys having a great time together.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Hey,
just come down and see us.
Let's do the rod right now. All right, we're giving it away, the Velocity Rod and 2 tickets. Going to our second caller right now, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Marilyn will tell you how you pick up the rod at the show. She's on the phone right now, and you will be too in just a second. Let's get cooking over. Jared, thanks a lot. We appreciate you being here and making the great donations. I hope you get a little bit better today.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. Hooking up with us right now is our good friend Casey Stafford with Outdoor Adventure Guide Service. They called me last week and said, hey, can we come down? Hell yes, you can come down. That's what this place is all about.
I just wanted to see it. I wanted to get the real feel for what you do a day.
All right. Well, it's been Casey. Let's make sure we give him all that information for Outdoor Adventures Guide Service. To the Calusa Indian Casino out there, he takes people out. He'll set you up in the place. He'll have you all set up. Everything will be taken care of for your hunts, whether you're going out there for dove, ducks, pigs, whatever the case may be. Give him all the hookup info.
You can get us online at hunt-fish-game.com, or you can give us a call at the office. It's area code 530-458-8730.
Casey Stafford, Outdoor Adventures. See him at the show. What's your booth location out there?
It's 1973C, up by the Billy G whistle.
Well, you'll hear it. Just go by that whistle and use your nose as you're getting closer to the whole situation. Well, we've got another friend in here. Where'd you go, Gary Irk? Gary Irk's over here on the mic. He's the president of the California Inland Fisheries Foundation, who's heavily involved in the International Sportsmen's Expo this year. Gary, tell them what you're doing out at the youth fair and then inside.
Hey, Sep, we're in 2 spots. We got a great spot at the youth fair. We're a major sponsor for that event. Bring your kids to the ISE. If they're under 16, it's free. What a great day to spend with the family. We're building lures. We're giving away rods for a $25 donation and membership.
$40 rod for a $25 membership. Sounds like a good deal for somebody.
It's a fantastic deal. You're not going to find a better deal at that event. Come out there. We're smack dab in the middle between the California Sportsmen's booth and Gone Fishing Marine. $25 gets you a $35 rod and a tax-deductible donation.
What a perfect way to go and to help support the fisheries at the same time.
Absolutely. Everything from kokanee to trout.
Got volunteers all over the place. What do you got? About 10 of them working the youth fair, putting lures together with kids, and that's all for free. The kids go in there and do all that.
Absolutely. One of our directors, Whitfinger, from the Whitfinger Family Foundation, is leading that up, and he's got a bunch of guys out there. Kids can make spoons or spinners or whatever. They go away with a CIFFI tattoo. It's a great thing for them. They're going to have a lot of fun.
All right, Kent, what else is going on at the show?
Well, don't forget, the Ultimate Bass Aquarium Demonstration Tank, the California Sportsmen Theater, and, Sep, you touched on it earlier, but you've got a big deal going on in California Sportsmen Theater that folks are not going to want to miss with our friends from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. And, despite what some of our hunting and fishing publications put out, this is not a go in and beat up on these guys. These guys are on our side, and you need to go in there and really listen to what they're doing. They work under limited budgets. Our illustrious governor and the folks at HSUS that are trying to derail everything they do. That's the Head Stuck Up Somewhere organization. So make sure that you come in and help our friends at Department of Fish and Wildlife during your great roundtable you're doing with them today.
And there's lots more going on out there, too. Plus, Fish and Wildlife is all over the show. John Kirk, he can tell us where they're hiding. They've got a great booth set up there where they're selling licenses, answering questions. What else have they got going, John?
They've got a shooting trailer outside Building D. They are a major partner inside the youth fair. They have several things going on there. And they're going to be hosting actually an award ceremony this afternoon at the Adventure Theater. We're giving out the Youth Conservation Award. So that's an essay contest for kids about what the outdoors means to them. And the child will win, I believe it's a lifetime hunting license. So it's pretty sweet.
They'll also be doing the Outdoor of the Year Award from the ISE, too, correct?
Yeah, that's going to go on today, too, the California Outdoor Hall of Fame, and we'll be announcing those in your theater, Sep, I believe, at 4 o'clock today.
That's right after the panel, after one seminar between there. It is a day full of things to do for you, folks. Pack your ice chest, get the kids, and come on down to the show. Remember, kids under 16 are in free, and there's tons of stuff for them to do in the Youth Outdoor Sports Fair and all over the show. One of the things that I was most impressed with, John, is the show looks different. You've got so many new people in the show. You change it around all the time, and when you walk in, it's not the same. Plus, guys have changed their booth, changed their product lines. Some big new booths in the show.
That's right. I mean, we have to bring new stuff every year, and we can control only so much. But of the 600-plus exhibitors, 100 are new this year. And I would ask your listeners to not just follow the same path that they have. Take a chance, walk to a different building, go a different way, and explore, and you'll have more fun at the show. This is a treasure hunt, and we invite you to come down, please, and enjoy it.
Well, one of the guests I'd like people to meet real quick is my good friend Steve Huber, who's just come down from the Trinity River and running around with the Department of Fish and Game at meetings, or Fish and Wildlife. Steve, what's going on up at the Trinity River?
Hey, we're glad to be down here in Sacramento again. We'll be holding a seminar at 3 o'clock on Trinity and Klamath, salmon, and steelhead. So I know we're touched for time here, but come on down and see us. I'll be in California Sportsmen's booth. So come on down and bring your kids down. Let's have a great time.
Come on down, meet Steve, and learn some of the tips that'll make you a great steelhead angler. And I'm going to make you a tip right now. Pray for rain. The day after the rain gets there, get into Steve Huber's boat on the Trinity River because you're going to catch nothing but fish. Kent?
Sep, if they've never seen a giant largemouth bass, we have a largemouth bass up to 14 pounds in the aquarium demo tank that came out of the California Delta, and yes, they'll be going back there Sunday night.
I know there's stuff we haven't covered, Kent. There's so many things going on at this show. You're going to stumble across them. As John said, it is a treasure hunt. We haven't even mentioned the zip line out there, 300-foot zip line.
Are you going on that today?
They'd have to tie me down.
A little later.
If it would handle me, I'd go out there and do it.
The biggest key is when folks go to the show and they see all these characters and the seminar speakers and stuff, stop and talk to them. That's what they're there for.
That's what all these guys are here for. Come on out to the show. Meet them, talk with them, pick their brains. Some of them have a little bit more left than some of the others, as you well know. And if you're looking for duck tips, I would suggest you talk to everybody with a whistle blowing their brains out at the other end. I want to invite you all down to the show. Please come down and see us. Stop by the California Sportsman booth. The ISE has done a spectacular job putting together another wonderful International Sportsmen's Expo. John Kirk, thanks for joining us here in the studio. All you great guests, we appreciate you being here in the studio with us today. And I'll tell you what, folks, we appreciate you listening and being part of it. You know it's a strange show. Till next week, this is Sep. Tight lines, everybody.
RobMob.